Welcome back. This week, SI.com senior NFL writer Don Banks will be in the house to prep you for the NFL draft. Earlier, he broke down the top picks with our Jeb Fisher.
We welcome in draft guru Don Banks from Sports Illustrated and SI.com. Don, how stressful is this a week for you, all the prognosticating before the draft occurs?
Everything you think you knew about this draft usually gets turned on its head this week, and you start to even second-guess those picks that you had written in ink rather than pencil 3 weeks ago. But it's always a fun week because with the clock ticking, some strange things can happen.
Let's talk about picks 1 through 6 today. I'm going to start right at the top. Oakland has that #1 pick. Jamarcus Russell, #2. Gaines Adams you have going to Detroit. Brady Quinn out of Notre Dame going to Cleveland. Calvin Johnson might be the best player in the draft. We have him going to Tampa Bay in your draft. Joe Thomas, the big offensive tackle out of Arizona, and Amobi Okoye out of Washington. A couple names we're going to talk about there. Let's start with Russell. Is he a slam dunk to Oakland as the #1 pick?
Absolutely not, and the key reason is you said it, Oakland. I talked to somebody within the league just hours ago, and they said, Mike Lombardi, the top personnel man for the Raiders, even he still doesn't know what the Raiders are going to do because it's all in the mind of Al Davis. And as they put it tactfully, Al Davis is no longer throwing his fastball. So absolutely not. It could still be Calvin Johnson. I think logic points to the quarterback.
Calvin Johnson's the hottest name in this draft. And news out of Washington Post today has the Skins maybe moving up to try and nab him. You think that's a possibility?
It's a possibility, but the Skins are always all over the board at this time of year. They might be sending out smoke screens to get up. From what I understand, they also investigating going down. If they stay put, LaRon Landry is a possibility. Amobi Okoye is a possibility. But Washington, I think, is pretty likely to move one way or the other.
Your current mock draft has Okoye going to the Skins, the #6 pick. And he's a really interesting name because he's kind of the child prodigy of this draft. I believe he's only 19 years old,
right.
3 years at Louisville. Your thoughts on him? Is that a risk, taking a kid that young?
Well, it is, because the money in, say, the top 8 is that rich. And yet there's so many teams that are excited about him. I have one source tell me that Monty Kiffin, the defensive coordinator for Tampa Bay, thinks he's the next Warren Sapp. And think of how long you could have him on your team as a 19-year-old drafting. It's just that the maturity factor, you wonder if it's going to take him 2 years to really start making an impact in this league.